So animals being hit by cars is a very big problem where I live because there is lots of wildlife next to highways and accidents happen all the time. So as you can see in this photo, that's where I live, that's all of the highways. It's a really big problem because every time I'm driving on with my family members, I see a dead animal or a bird like that's dead, and it's really depressing to see an animal that got hit by a car. It really saddens your day because you know that they were just trying to cross the path and trying to get somewhere. What I can do to resolve this issue is try to raise money to make a wildlife bridge with trees and grass so wildlife can cross without getting harmed. I have seen it in other parts of California. They have these wildlife bridges, but they don't have them where I am. As you can see, they have it looks like it's part of the land and it goes over a highway so animals can cross it. And I would like to maybe put up a GoFundMe so we could raise money to build one of these bridges and talk to the city council and ask them how much money would they need to build one of these. It might take a really long time, but I'm going to try to do it. This is important to me because once when I was little, I was driving with my grandpa and my mom, and we were about to get on the freeway, and we found 6 baby deer and 2 mother deer dead on the road, and it was really sad, and it ruined my whole week. So this is why I'd like to make this happen, so nobody has to go through that. I've seen lots of roadkill. Every day I go on the freeway, I see 3 animals that are dead on the side of the road, and it's really depressing, and I don't want anybody to have to go through that, or the animals getting hurt is really bad. I was driving with my mom and I saw this little deer limping. It was by itself and it was limping, and there's neighborhoods right in the forest where I live, and so there's cars, and it probably hit the deer. These are numbers of how many, and these are the species that were the numbers of how many were killed from 2015 to 2019. It's probably a lot more now, but these are how many animals were killed then. The elk, mountain lions, black bears, wild pigs, deer, and coyotes. There's lots of coyotes, and especially a black bear and mountain lions were really dying off because of this. And now that they started building wildlife bridges, they started coming back because mountain lions are really important, and also black bears. All of these animals are important. And I also have some photos of ones that they've already built. This is probably not in California, but they have other ones. You can see that there are deer crossing this one. And this one is an underground one where there's a grizzly bear going from the other side to here. And this is one that has a lake on it to show example of it looks exactly like the forest, so animals will cross it. That's it.
That was a really awesome presentation. I think you see that a lot, but I didn't really think there was much solution to it, so that's really cool that you're trying to change that. I think there might have been something up with your mic during the presentation. I'm not sure. I was still able to hear you. It's just there's some sort of noise disturbance. But yeah, it was a really awesome presentation. And yeah, So, my question. This is gonna sound kind of dumb, but I I think when you're building one of those bridges, you probably can't immediately implement vegetation onto it. So how do they like prevent people from using it? Because you can't just dump grass on it. You need to plant the vegetation all around it and wait for it to grow, right?
Yeah.
So how do you prevent people from like crossing it? I know it's obvious specific, but
Well,
like
they use all of the like the bridges that I've seen, they usually have some type of thing that prevents humans to go. But I was also wondering how they do that. But where I live, we would probably put it where no people would be, like where there's only like trees and people wouldn't be there to cross to the other side. And we wouldn't make it like, you know, some freeways when they end there's like streets. We would probably put it where there's no streets so people can't like walk over it. And we would probably put a sign that says animal crossing.
nice. That sounds awesome. Thank you.
I wanna, yeah. I really liked your presentation. I didn't actually know that this was like a problem in the world. So yeah, thanks for teaching me about it. And I think the bridge idea is actually really cool. And yeah, it just, it looks amazing, but it's also so like feasible and it, yeah, it just works really well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really liked it as well. Um, I was just entirely unaware of this issue, and I think the solution that you mentioned is really good and supports biodiversity and stuff, so it's very, very good.
Thank you. Does anybody want to go next?